25 minutes now before the hour. We got a new poll this morning showing public support for the health care law sinking now to an all-time low. Take a look at this ABC News Washington Post poll showing 53% oppose the law, largely because of that individual mandate. Republican Senator Mike Lee out of Utah, a member of the Senate Judiciary Committee, with me in studio. And good morning to you. 53 against? What do you make of that?
Well, I make of it the fact that the American people are resistant to the idea of the federal government trying to tell them where to go to the doctor and how to pay for it. This is an intensely personal, local decision, not one that should be made from Washington, D.C.
Now, you were in court during the hearings, right?
Yes, sir.
And you used to clerk for Justice Alito.
Yes, I was his law clerk at the Supreme Court and before that on the Third Circuit.
So you're listening with a very keen ear in court last week, and I'll ask you about that in a moment, but I want you to react to what this poll also found from ABC. Is the Supreme Court ruling based on politics or law? 50% say politics, only 40 say law. What does that say to you?
Well, I'm not sure what it says. I think Americans are divided generally on the issue, and some perhaps believe that the political ideology of an individual justice might affect his or her vote. At the end of the day, I can tell you in confidence, with great confidence, that each member of the court is going to vote according to what he or she believes the law requires, and that's what's going to happen here.
What do you think they do?
I think, based on their prior writings and based on what I saw at argument, this case is likely to be decided 5-4, with 5 justices concluding that the individual mandate is unconstitutional. I didn't expect the message to be as clear as it was, and I usually am very reluctant to predict how the Supreme Court's going to rule, especially in a case likely to be decided on a 5-4 vote. But in this case, there were some really strong signals, especially coming from the swing vote justice in many cases, Justice Anthony Kennedy, indicating that he and his conservative colleagues have real concerns with the individual mandate and that they're likely to invalidate it.
So if the individual mandate is not valid, what is page 2 in that story?
Page 2 in that story is, does the court then decide to invalidate the entire law with it, or just take the individual mandate and a few other provisions with it? Well, here again, I was surprised by the number of messages sent at oral argument based on the questioning and the intonation, the cadence of the justices, their facial expressions while asking the questions and while listening to the answers. They suggested to me that, as with the individual mandate issue, on the severability question, they seem to be suggesting if the individual mandate's unconstitutional, the rest of the law has to go as well.
Wow.
Because otherwise they're essentially rewriting the bill, and they can't do that.
Mike Lee, thank you for your time, Senator. We'll talk again. Nice to see you in person for a change.
Thank you.